This is a story about one of the most monumentally stupid things I've ever done in my life. But first. Not weird enough, not weird enough, not weird enough. No, not weird enough. No, not weird enough. These are some of the weirdest things that I could find in an Irish supermarket. I'm sure there's weirder, but just from a general glance around the place, these were some of the more unusual items I could find, and I think we should give them a try. First up, we have a glazed curd cheese bar. I can't say the word curd is particularly appetizing, but we'll, oh my god, that sounds rank, but it's absolutely gorgeous. That is sensational. Oh. Next up, an air-dried Catalan sausage. This isn't weird per se, it's just the fact that the general presentation is unusual. I'm not sure if you're meant to peel the sausage, to shave it. Still a delight. Well done, the Catalan sausage. That's a winner as well. Beautiful. Smoked whole mackerel. Oh god. He's still he's slimy, he's scaly. All in the name of YouTube, huh? Not actually nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be. I would actually go as far as say that's not bad. Did himself a disservice with how he looks, but actually not bad. Alright, okay, so what is the meaning of all this? Well, let me explain. Bingo. I want to bring you back to the year 2010 when I managed to buy, in a shop, managed to buy explosives. Genuinely. Okay, so where do we begin? Well, at the outset, it's important for me to say this trip was at a time before I was able to ever afford a camera that could take videos, so this whole story will be told through the medium of photographs. This is me, 20 years old, and at that age where you feel like the whole world is in the palm of your hand. I had just finished my second year in college, and I had spent the whole year previous to this working in a bar, saving up my money for the summer. Why? To get myself to the other side of the globe. Of course. South America, 9 weeks, the trip of a lifetime. Brazil, Argentina, Peru, Bolivia, and Chile. Places I had read about but could only really ever dream about actually getting there. But here I was. It was incredible. The places, the people, the culture. It was honestly one of the greatest experiences of my life. But it was a trip where, let's put it like this, I feel like the naivety of youth, that was probably a good thing at the time. Bus journeys in Bolivia where the roads were so bad that we were literally inches away from a cliff edge. Terrifying. Do not recommend. Cycling down Death Road, again in Bolivia. Now that I think of it, all the dangerous shit was always in Bolivia. Cycling down a road that has become infamous worldwide for just how dangerous it is. A dreadful idea, but again, it was good fun. I would, if you're there, I wouldn't say no to it. But even at that, cycling down Death Road, that wasn't even the most dangerous thing we did. It was this. This is the town of Potosi. And if you want to get there, you need to get yourself to the Andes Mountains in Bolivia and to an altitude of over 4,000 meters above sea level. This city is steeped in history. It was once the location of the legendary Cerro.
Pronouncenames.com.
Cerro. It was once the location of the legendary Cerro Rocco, meaning rich hill. The city was founded in 1546 and quickly became a legendary source of silver during the Spanish colonial era. The immense wealth generated from its mines earned Potosi a place amongst the most prosperous cities of the time. And the mine, that's still in use. And when we came to Potosi, we were told we could visit it. Yes, a tourist, a 20-year-old young fella, me. I was told I could pay money to get myself inside an active, keyword, an active mine. And that's not even the wildest part about all this. Yes, we're about to get to the buying of the explosives bit. So as a tourist going into the mine, it's customary to buy gifts for the miners, which is fair enough. It's tough enough work that they have to do, on top of having to deal with some idiot who's gone around with a camera trying to find himself in South America. So the bus that's taking us to the mine, it pulls up at this tiny little corner shop. And by corner shop, more like just a shack at the side of the road. And in it there's this lovely lady just selling all these bits and bobs. So we go into the shop and we buy the miners, all the things that you might expect. Soft drinks, cigarettes, some vodka, coca leaves as well. A lot of people you'll see in Bolivia, they chew coca leaves. Apparently it helps with the altitude. But then, this is where I get blindsided. The tour guide comes up beside me and he says, you know you can buy dynamite here too. Dynamite, as in the explosives. Yes, as in light the fuse, blow it up, dynamite, explosives. Yes, explosives. So what I would suggest is that we buy 3 sticks as gifts for the miners and 1 stick for us. For us. I shit you not. So me not particularly experienced with buying explosives, I was a bit tentative about the whole situation. Sorry, excuse me. Could I just add 4 sticks of explosives onto my order there, please, if you wouldn't mind it? Do you stock them? And with that, without asking a question, without asking what they were for, without asking me what age I was, without checking anything like that, she goes in the back, out she comes, 4 sticks of dynamite in her hand, and hands them over. Outrageous. 3 for the miners, and 1 for us. We'll come back to this one later. The trip inside the mine itself was incredible. And when I say incredible, I mean in an amazing way, but also in a kind of a grim way too. Getting to see the conditions that these guys worked in, the thoughts of the lack of health and safety, the thoughts of being stuck in darkness all day long, literally working under just torchlight, hardly able to breathe. It was such an eye-opener at the time, and it's still an eye-opener now, looking back at the photographs. Just a feeling of, wow, I am very lucky to get to do what I do in order to provide for my family, because for these guys, they had to provide and this was their option. The whole way through the tour, we couldn't help but think that for us, this was a tourist experience, a step outside the ordinary in our lives, but for these guys, it was their life. Climbing down ladders that felt like they were descending into the depths of hell, standing under beams that looked like they might cave in at any second under the weight of the millions of tons of rock above your head. At the time, yeah, it felt dangerous, but there was also the feeling of, it's the year 2010. Surely there's some sort of health and safety going on in the background. We're grand.
Good morning, Erica. Rescuers are now lowering rehydration tablets, glucose, and oxygen to the miners. To help with that, a second small hole has been drilled and has just reached the miners. Still, those in charge of the rescue operation say it's likely to be months before a hole can be drilled that's large enough to pull the miners to safety.
These photos were taken on the 26th of July 2010. Literally 10 days after these photos were taken, the chilling mining accident happened. 10 days after this. Okay, not in this specific mine, but in a very similar setup. 10 days later. I remember seeing that news thinking, whoa, that was pretty fucking dangerous. The time eventually came to leave, but that wasn't the end of the utterly bonkers safety out the window experience we just had. So as I said earlier, the stick of dynamite for us, we'd come back to that. So as we come out of the mine, into the safety of daylight, the tour guide turns to us and says, "Who has the explosives?" He then calmly proceeded to ask us to huddle around him to protect him from the wind while he lit the fuse of this dynamite. And as soon as it was lit, and I swear to God, I shit you not, this bit is absolutely true. As the thing was lighting, he turns to us and says, "Who wants a photo with it?" Yes, he started to pass around the stick of dynamite for anyone who wanted a photograph with a lit stick of explosives. Something that if it went off would vaporize you, blow you to smithereens. I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not even going to try and play the hard man. When it came to me, he said, "Would you like a picture of it?" And I said, "Are you well, my friend? I'm grand, thanks." Eventually, after about a minute, he goes, "Okay, maybe it's time now for me to run with this thing." Grabs the dynamite, runs about 100 meters away, sticks it in the ground. Madness. Utter madness. But the most incredible, crazy, mental, unforgettable experience. And it's also important to say, as mad as that experience was, of anywhere I've ever been in the world, Bolivia, the scenery, the people, the culture, just beautiful. A beautiful place, beautiful people. I would do anything to go back there. So if you're thinking about it, don't even hesitate. Go there. And if the mining tour is still going, I wouldn't rule it out. It was good crack. Bit dangerous, bit dodgy, but good crack. I might think twice about buying the explosives again. So look, there you have it. You're not looking so weird now, my friend. If you enjoyed today's story time, I would really appreciate if you would subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out, and I've loads of great videos planned, so it's a chance for you to see those as well. Thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it. I'll see you next week.